All right, getting into the video here. As you can tell by your screen, we got another uh, playoff slash Super Bowl thing coming your way, and this is teams that will definitely miss the playoffs. Three of them, to be in fact.
They're locked. If
Three
these
locks.
these are the ones that you would put your entire house on to make $100 back on being right,
Yeah,
and it's still the safe bet because you would make $100.
yeah.
Yes.
Introducing first,
Whoa, whoa,
and
whoa, whoa, whoa.
and
Before we
let's
do that, don't you guys forget to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, and also click that notification bell so you're notified anytime that we upload a video, so you guys don't miss this amazing content. Now jumping into it. That's
the
this.
New York Giants.
Yeah, I say this is not the Oregon Ducks.
No, that's Kayvon Thibodeau, who is already hurt, by the way.
Sick,
They said he should be fine for camp, but his hip is already hurt.
sick.
Let's hope he can be healthy. I hate for when rookies come in and they're just hurt all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna jump ahead. Let's go through and kind of cover these points that we put up here for why the Giants
Sure.
are not making the playoffs.
Okay. Kind of sticking with that Kayvon Thibodeau injury kind of thing right now. I guess we'll just kind of skip ahead really quick. Injuries to major key players. This seems to happen for them like every year. Saquon can't stay healthy to save his life.
Yeah.
Their offensive line seems to just be a roller coaster of who starts that week because of
Yeah.
injuries. Their wide receiving core is just anemic. They practically own a Ferrari and an ambulance the amount of times that they had to leave games. Like they just cannot get anything going. And because of that, last year we saw probably the worst offense we have seen in years.
Yeah.
And nothing's changed. Like it's all the same guys coming back, pretty much. There hasn't been a major change for him. If you watched our original videos,
Can I jump
I
in on
had
that real
a
quick?
beef.
Sorry, I just got. They did change their coach, which is Brian Dayball, right? He was the offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills. I'm only saying that because that is a major change. Is the coach there's going to have a whole new system and everything like that. Saying it's going to make him a great team because obviously we have him in, obviously not making the playoffs. But sorry, I don't want someone else
Well,
to call that out.
with that, I guess we'll just jump to like our third bulletin point. It is the first year with that new coaching staff, right? And we kind of all like in like fairness, we all believe Brian Dable is a good coach. If there's somebody that's going to help build that offense and renew that offense, Brian Dable is a good shout to do so. That being said, you're going to need more than just this 1 year to right that ship. This isn't like a Bengals turnaround this year. Um, and one of the major components of that is Daniel Jones. I don't know how he's been able to keep his job as long as he has when you've got like Baker Mayfield being bashed and no one wants him, but yet Daniel Jones is going to start again in the NFL. It's just shocking to me.
Because you
I
wasted
mean,
your eighth
it was,
overall pick on him.
he was even skeptical as soon as he was drafted. People were like,
Oh, I
"Really?
know.
Are you sure?"
But that's why they're playing
And
him.
it's not really changed.
It's like a Paxton Lynch
It's been
thing
like
in
4 years.
Broncos.
It's been 4 years.
Yeah, I know, but I mean,
Um,
ride it out, I guess.
um, but because of Daniel Jones and the way he's been playing, we got the worst offense that we already brought that up. Like it was awful to watch. It was painful. And then he got hurt, and then Sky Cam Glennon was starting, and that was just even worse to watch.
Cam Glennon.
Yeah, I think so. We would do like weekly recaps during the season, and there's a time where I was just bashing the Giants. They went like 3.5 weeks without scoring a touchdown, an offensive touchdown. Like they could not score points. So let's hope that they can stay healthy. Let's hope that if they can figure it out. But I would say it's very safe to say that they have got no chance to make the playoffs this year.
Yeah, this is a prove
They
it
did
year
you
for everyone on that team. And if you want to keep your job, you're playing for yourself essentially. And when you have everyone on your team playing for their careers instead of for the team, it's not going to work out. So that's one thing that I kind of just be cautious of too in that locker room.
And before you kind of go in and say like we have no idea what we're talking about, blah 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 blah. One, our channel's third and wrong, so we're not saying that we're right. And two, I'm a Browns fan for the last 24 years of my life. I know sucking when I see it.
And this
I'm an
smells
expert
like
at it.
sucking.
Yes. You guys did do really good at the draft, though. Just wait till next year's draft. That's going to be the Super Bowl for you guys next year. And I would know because that was my favorite thing for years.
Yep.
And that also goes to this next team we have up here, the second lock for missing the playoffs, the Houston Texans.
Can I take this one since they're
yeah, you're the AFC South.
The division, perfect. Okay, so
the
Texans
right here.
I didn't write these ones, but I agree with almost all of these verbatim. One, you don't really need facts to prove this. They lacked real playmakers offensively, other than Brandon Cooks. He's a playmaker for sure. Very weak on the defensive side of the ball is very true, and risky draft picks. Yeah, they're risky. They have high ceilings, but they also have high floors or low floors if things don't work out. But really, the biggest thing with the Texans is they have who's their quarterback? I'm already
Davis Mills.
Davis Mills.
Yeah, Davis Mills. He's a good quarterback, but he's
underrated.
He's underrated too, but he's not a playmaker.
No.
He just makes good decisions, which is fine. I don't have any hate towards Davis Mills or anything like that. But they have a kibosh of offensive line, not really working the right way. Yes, go on.
Dylan, you said he's a really good decision maker. What helps decision makers succeed on offense?
Weapons.
Oh, do they have any of that?
Yeah, they have a 5'4" wide receiver that's really fast. And Brandon Cooks.
Is that it?
Basically. I do like Marlon Mack.
That's why.
But I do like Marlon Mack as a Colts fan, and I hate to see him on the Texans. He could potentially be a really good running back for him, but I mean, when he doesn't have a good enough offensive line, it's not going to matter anyways. They have, you can go and list all the players, but really, everyone can see it. The Texans are a few years away from mattering in the NFL in the grand scheme of things. They have to build up the weapons. They got to build up a system on defense. They don't really have an identity there, especially when you take a man corner and with a defensive coach who is very high on zone. So, yeah, they don't have good leadership in the front office. They're getting better with the Patriots organization players that they got into their front office, but they're a few years, coming up, and that Deshaun Watson trade really is going to help them with all of that. But right now, there's no real starting point. There's no real finishing point. There's no map for the Texans. They're just not good right now.
They're just trying to amass picks and talent. They're trying to build up as much as they can for the future because they're really deficient. It comes with being an awfully ran organization, like you were saying, letting Billy O'Brien just do whatever the heck he wanted, and he decimated that team's future and roster.
Yeah.
And just like the Raiders last year, where they had turmoil throughout the team and the front office and all the distractions, today, as of June 28th, the Texans have been listed in a lawsuit for Deshaun Watson, where they're now strictly coming out the Texans. And Busby was saying that's like one of the many that are going to be coming out for negligence. So I feel like that's going to be something that's going to be a constant problem for them. Texans fans like to bash the Browns and make it all out like we're the evil guys, like it wasn't your organization that was enabling him the entire time, and it's going to come back now.
Yeah.
So I just don't see a recipe for success at that organization. No. Which is why this is the team number 2 that you can bet your house on that they won't make the playoffs.
Yep.
And the final team. What?
I said, who's the third one?
Oh.
There we go.
Funny you may ask, Dylan. It's the Atlanta Falcons.
I will say their alternate helmets that they just put out might be my favorite
Yeah.
helmet in the entire league. They're
Yeah.
very nice. Oh yeah,
If only that helped
But-
you helped you make playoffs.
yeah.
We'll pop that helmet up on the screen for everybody to see, so you guys can see it. It's clean.
Thanks for the more work. Anyways,
I can do it.
I'm just kidding.
Hey,
As you can see by the first bullet point, these guys, their roster, very talent deficient, not the greatest. They do have a few key players in some spots, but one of them is not going to be able to play this year for betting on his own team. And they also have, why did I just space his name? Their corner.
AJ Terrell.
AJ Terrell.
Yeah, AJ Terrell. Okay. I mean, they have him. They got a promising-looking quarterback in the draft with Desmond Ridder. I personally think he's better than Marcus Mariota. You might as well just start him. I mean, you know what Mariota's all about, I think. Get your new guy in there. Get that going. But, I mean, you don't have a true quarterback one at the moment, and that's going to hurt you with your talent-deficient roster. Because if he can't have guys around him that can make plays and help him, it's just not a recipe for greatness.
And when we say talent deficient, it's more like the offensive line, defensive line. Like, yeah, they got some skill players that like might be cool to watch and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But yeah,
And then another
And
bullet
depth.
point.
They just don't have
Yeah.
a ton of depth.
Mm-hmm. They basically have like practice squad players from other teams on like their second string players, guys that
Yeah.
will be rotated in a lot.
yeah,
They're going to be like the Lions of last year, where players that shouldn't be playing on the field are getting a
Mhm.
lot of opportunities.
yes.
Then another bullet point, go ahead.
No, you're good.
I was just gonna say
You're
Calvin
about to bring
Ridley.
it up.
Calvin Ridley being suspended. That's one of our bullet points. That's no good for them. And then also losing Russell Gage to the Buccaneers is also no good for them. But they kind of made up for it in the draft with Drake London, but kind of hard to hope for a rookie to come in and now just be the guy and take over for what Calvin Ridley was and what Russell Gage was. And
Yeah.
like they just don't have what it takes to also compete in that division with the Saints and the Buccaneers, and then also trying to make it past teams like the Rams and the 49ers, the Cowboys maybe, depending on how good they are, the Eagles, and did I say the Packers already?
I believe so.
Oh, whatever. Packers again because it's Aaron Rodgers. But yeah, things aren't looking good this year for them, but they are doing okay. I think if they can keep kind of the success that they had in this last draft going, I think they can really get some good players around in that organization and potentially build a squad here in the next 3 to 4 to 5 years, depending. So
And this isn't like insults to your teams, right? Like I've been a fan of a team that sucked its entire life, right? Like
Unless you're the Texans.
Okay. But with the Falcons, like it's a change from the new guard, right? Like you had your Matt Ryan run, it didn't work out. It's time to kind of, move on and start that new Falcons team that's going to be coming out. But that takes time, and that's where they're at. They're in their first year without their quarterback that they've had for a decade, So it's gonna be growing pains. That's basically what is gonna happen. No one's expecting them to go out and scorch earth. So just do what you can and try to win some games. But that's why they're third on our list of teams that you can bet all the money you have that they won't make the playoffs.
Y'all,
I wonder what that odds would be if you parlayed all three of them just not making the playoffs.
you probably get
I have
about
a problem with
$3 for
gambling.
every $100.
I have a problem with gambling. I would
Worth
take
it.
that though. That being said, that kind of ends this video for us. If you guys stayed it to the end, we do appreciate it. Make sure you guys hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, turn the notification bell on so you guys get notified when we drop another video. And you guys have yourself a great day.
peace out.